Shandor Laurenti shares a unique bond with lions. As an animal trainer at the Lion Safari Park, he spends his days caring for these majestic creatures. One special lion named George has been by his side since he was a cub. His relationship with George is built on trust and understanding. He knows each lion has its own personality and needs. By connecting with them on a personal level, Shandor provides the best care possible. Working with lions comes with risks, but Shandor remains cautious and attentive. He reads their body language and watches their eyes to ensure a safe environment. Despite the dangers, Shandor finds immense joy and fulfillment in his work. Every day brings new adventures and cherished moments with the lions. In Shandor Laurenti's world, lions are not just wild animals. They are companions, family, and a lifelong passion. Through his love and understanding, he creates a harmonious bond between humans and lions, ensuring a brighter future for these majestic creatures. Friendships with lions are really something, as we have another man, Dean Schneider, who is a 29-year-old Swiss native. He left his career in finance to work with lions and other wild animals in South Africa. He calls himself a member of the Pride of 6 Lions and spends most of his time feeding and playing with them. He doesn't keep his lions caged, and he doesn't wear protective gear when he interacts with them. The lions live free and wild in a huge private animal reserve in South Africa. Not just he is a member of a lion pride, but he has a hyena as a wife, and calls himself the daddy of 2 monkeys. Legendary Steve Irwin was his inspiration, and according to him, he discovered his deep passion for wildlife by watching him on TV. One such bond is with Indonesia man and his tiger Mulan. Abdullah sleeps, plays, and fights with the big cat after developing a close bond over several years. Mulan Jamila, a beautiful Bengal tigress, comes into the care of 25-year-old Abdullah when she was just 3 months old, and Abdullah became her full-time caretaker. Her previous owner was unable to take care of her, but the young student was more than happy to dedicate most of his time to the adorable cub. The only problem is that what started as a temporary job eventually turned into a full-time friendship, with Abdullah having to spend almost 24 hours with the tiger, which earned him the nickname the nanny. Like a cat, Mulan will often get carried away while playing with Abdullah, and he has dozens of scratches to prove it. He wears a thick cloth around his neck, as that's what Mulan loves to play with most, and it's a pretty sensitive area to have deeply scratched or bitten into. But he's gotten used to it over the years, so he doesn't really mind a bit of rough play. Abdullah feeds Mulan about 6 kilos of chicken or goat meat a day, which he sometimes offers her with his own mouth, but says that her favorite treat is instant noodles. Their friendship has been going strong for over 10 years now, and Abdullah says they are closer than ever. What better way to treat wild animals with respect than to live with them in the wild? Meet a real-life wolf man who lived with a wild pack for 3 years. Some believe that Sean Ellis isn't right in the head. Others believe he's just eccentric and a show-off, while still others admire him and think his life is inspirational and poetic, a true glorification of the instinctive friendship between humans and animals. His first wife abandoned Ellis and took his kids with her because of his obsession with wolves. After that, Sean left home and went to the wild to live with a pack of wolves. He's the only known human adult that willingly left to live with wolves and became a part of their community. In fact, to the wolves, he's their alpha male. He ate the same raw meat they ate. He lived with the pack for 18 months. It wasn't easy for Ellis to come back to the human world. 7 months passed before he felt comfortable again among his own species. According to Ellis, if you talk to the animals, they will talk with you and you will know each other. If you do not talk to them, you will not know them. And what you do not know, you will fear. What one fears, one destroys.
Enjoying the content? Hit that subscribe button and join our community. Don't forget to like, share, and click the notification bell to stay updated. Now back to the video.
This incredible individual has captured the world's attention with his unique bond and interactions with these magnificent creatures. Armand has dedicated his life to caring for and connecting with lions in a way that defies conventional norms. His ability to cuddle and communicate with these powerful predators has garnered admiration and curiosity from people worldwide. While lions hold a special place in Armand's heart, his remarkable work extends to other big cats as well. Tigers, leopards, and cheetahs have all benefited from his holistic approach. Through years of dedication and understanding, Armand has developed individual connections with these captivating creatures, recognizing their distinct personalities and needs. Armand's journey serves as a powerful reminder of the limitless possibilities that exist within the realm of human-animal relationships. His remarkable achievements push the boundaries of what is deemed possible and encourage us all to embrace our innate connection to the animal kingdom. Every morning, Carl Pavano engages in a thrilling wrestle with the majestic big cats in his backyard. Living with these wild animals comes with its fair share of risks, with the worst possible outcome being an untimely death. Instinctually, the big cats know to go for the vital areas, so Carl never gives them a free shot at his neck. He established Single Vision, an educational nonprofit organization based in his Florida home. He firmly believes that having these cats in captivity and being able to showcase them provides people with an opportunity to develop a passion and appreciation for these magnificent creatures. The largest animal in Carl's care is Samson, a 700-pound Siberian tiger who stands over 9.5 feet tall, towering above Carl himself. To sustain these majestic felines, he purchases a whopping 1,500 pounds of meat every week, as they can devour up to 200 pounds in a single night. Despite the potential dangers, Carl never runs short of people who want to witness the remarkable bond he shares with these creatures. Meet Tippy Degre. Looking at the photographs of Tippy and various wild African animals, it's difficult to believe that they are actually real images. The truth is that Tippy was born in Namibia. Her parents were wildlife photographers, and she was raised in the lush forests of Windhoek for the first 10 years of her life. Tippy was brought up amongst the wildlife in Namibia. Her first best friend was an elephant named Abu. She referred to him as her big brother. Elephants were easier to connect with for Tippy. Her most fascinating relationship was the one she developed with Genbi, a leopard who also happened to be a dangerous predator. Tippy's childhood was amazing as she got a chance to play with snakes, ride on ostrich back, and learn archery. She enjoyed her life as a real-life Mowgli. She lived a dream every child had while. When Tippy turned 10, her parents decided it was best for her to get an education at a school and socialize with other children. It broke Tippy's heart to leave her home. They moved to France, and she went from the open wilderness to 4 small walls. Tippy, now 32 years old, would go return to Africa occasionally to visit her old friends, but her life was never the same. Tippy Degre was named after the American actress Tippi Hedren, who starred in Alfred Hitchcock's The Birds movies. Tippi Hedren, a talented actress, had a very peculiar life, one that not many can say they've experienced. She grew up around 400-pound lions roaming about in her house. In fact, Neil the lion even slept with Tippy and her husband, in bed at times. But after years of living with a giant lion, she said that it was the biggest mistake of her life. There wasn't anything particularly wrong with their relationship. In fact, Neil was very attached to their whole family, including their little daughter. However, one night during a dinner party, Neil tried to attack a guest at their party. That's when Tippi Hedren realized that having a lion entirely in love with her under the same roof was extremely dangerous. Not because of the inherent nature of the lion, but because of how possessive they can get when dominance is involved. She was more worried about respecting it and treating it like a wild animal, not like a pet. What better way to treat wild animals with respect is to live with them in the wild? Meet a real-life wolfman who lived with a wild pack for 3 years. Some people believe that Sean Ellis isn't right in the head. Others believe he's just eccentric and a show-off. There are others that admire him and think his life is inspirational and poetic, a true glorification of the instinctive friendship between humans and animals. His first wife abandoned Ellis and took his kids with her because of his obsession with wolves. After that incident, Sean left home and went to the wild to live with a pack of wolves. He's the only known human adult that willingly left to live with wolves and becomes part of their community. In fact, to the wolves, he's their alpha male. He ate the same raw meat they ate. According to him, Ellis learned their howling cues. He lived with the pack for 18 months. It wasn't easy for Ellis to come back to the human world. 7 months passed until he felt comfortable again among his own species. According to him, if you talk to the animals, they will talk with you, and you will know each other. If you do not talk to them, you will not know them, and what you do not know, you will fear. What one fears, one destroys. Lions might be the face of fear and strength, but Christian, the lion, will definitely change your image of this apex predator in general. He was born in captivity, but when Anthony Bourke came across the little cub, he took him home in his Chelsea flat. He then continued to live in a Kings Road furniture shop. The lion soon became accustomed to the lifestyle of city dwellers and even played with local children in the garden of a churchyard. He'd munch on steak and even go to glamorous parties. However, he grew a little too big to fit in places where he used to. That's when Bourke decided to send him back to the wild. Along with a few other conservationists, they send him back to a place in Africa, along with another female. The owners were curious if their beloved lion would remember him after all those years, and went to visit him. To their surprise, and everyone else's too, Christian the lion leapt right into the arms of his former owners and hugged them in his own animal way. There are some bonds you can't break. Crocodiles are fascinating animals that once lived along with dinosaurs, but survived the mass extinction, which wiped many species out. They sure are one of the most dangerous animals out there, but the story that will blow your mind away is the incredible 22-year friendship between a crocodile and the man who saved its life. Costa Rican fisherman Gilberto, also known as Chito, had the killer reptile as his best friend for over 2 decades. Chito first met with the crocodile after finding him with a gunshot wound on the bank. He named the crocodile Pocho and spent 6 months nursing it back to health by feeding it 31 kilos of chicken and fish every week until it was strong enough to hunt again. He hid the beast in a pond under trees, deep in a nearby forest, until he obtained the necessary wildlife permits from Costa Rican authorities to own and raise the gravely injured crocodile legally. They spend 2 decades together, but sadly, Pocho died of natural causes in the water outside Gilberto's home. He later befriended a new crocodile, which he named Pocho II. However, Pocho II couldn't fill the void of Chito's old friend. But still, it was comfort Chito needed. Usually, dolphins and beluga whales are quite friendly animals. Still, this one gets super jealous when anyone goes near her crush. Beluga whales are very social and love to play with others, and not always with their kind. This whale in South Korea had difficulty adapting to the environment and changes. Even though the other zookeepers paid a lot of attention to her, so that she felt at home, one cute zookeeper paid extra attention to her. He would play with her more than any of the others. That could explain why she feels so safe around him. That's not all, though. This affectionate creature jumps out of the water to kiss the zookeeper every so often. And when someone gets too close to him, she gets jealous. And in retaliation, she would attack other zookeepers by spitting water on them. Sometimes, she even ignores the other members of the staff her crush is around. The pretty animal might have a crush on this zookeeper. Still, 2 other male dolphins adore her completely, so much so that they're kept spattered because she gets frustrated by them. Animals and humans really do have a special bond. Meet Lasmi, a remarkable young woman with an extraordinary life filled with the most unexpected and heartwarming moments. a life that involves cuddling and playing with fully grown lions. Lasmi resides in a privately owned wildlife park in South Africa, where she has integrated herself with not just one, but 4 lions. This story of the human-lion connection goes beyond just cuddles and playtime. This lion queen has a noble vision for the future. As these majestic creatures grow older and stronger, she plans to release them into the wild, where they can embrace their natural instincts and thrive in their true habitat. Lasmi's ability to sit among lions and experience their trust and affection is nothing short of awe-inspiring. However, it is crucial to remember that lions, at their core, are wild and unpredictable beings. While Lasmi's story showcases the potential for human-animal connections, it is vital to approach such interactions with caution, respect, and a deep understanding of the inherent nature of these animals. Through her story, we are reminded of the importance of conservation efforts and our responsibility to protect and preserve the diverse wildlife that enriches our planet.
Cody Antle, also known as the real-life Tarzan, has spent his entire life surrounded by extraordinary animals. Growing up alongside tigers, elephants, and chimpanzees in his family's animal sanctuary, Cody developed an exceptional bond with the natural world. Through thousands of hours spent together, he has unlocked the hidden intelligence and unique personalities of these creatures. Raised like Mowgli, Cody's upbringing was far from ordinary. He played with tiger cubs, wrestled with chimpanzees, and formed deep connections with his animal companions. This extraordinary childhood shaped his understanding and respect for the animal kingdom. Cody's commitment to animals goes beyond admiration. It's his life's mission. He communicates with them effortlessly and has dedicated himself to their well-being. His journey as the real-life Tarzan is a powerful reminder of the profound connection humans can have with wildlife. With over 5 million followers on Instagram, he uses his platform to showcase his deep love and respect for these creatures.
Allow me to introduce you to Kiara and her remarkable bond with her best friend, Adolfo. Adolfo played a crucial role in Kiara's life, raising her from a young cub and tending to her every need with unwavering dedication. In the early stages, Adolfo kept Kiara in his house, where they would play and cuddle, creating a deep connection between them. However, as Kiara grew into a majestic lioness, Adolfo realized that he needed to find a more suitable location for her. Reluctantly, he made the difficult decision to move Kiara to a wildlife sanctuary, knowing it was in her best interest. The separation was undoubtedly challenging for both Adolfo and Kiara, as they had developed a profound fondness for one another. Years passed, and Adolfo's life became busier with his own family. But after 7 long years, when he finally visited Kiara at the sanctuary, an incredible reunion took place. Kiara immediately recognized Adolfo and embraced him, showcasing a level of love and affection rarely seen between lions and humans. Their reunion was filled with hugs, cuddles, and tender love bites, a testament to the deep bond they had formed. It was evident that Kiara had missed Adolfo immensely, making this heartfelt display all the more endearing.
The daughter of the infamous Doc Antle from Netflix's The Tiger King and sister of Cody, Tawny Antle shares her family's deep love for animals. With a special fondness for tigers and other creatures, Tawny has gained significant popularity of her own. Her video where she fearlessly swims with tigers has amassed millions of views on her channel. Renowned for her fun-loving personality, Tawny is affectionately called the Queen of the Jungle. She fearlessly interacts with tigers, massive snakes, cheetahs, chimpanzees, and various other animals. Her remarkable experiences are meticulously captured and shared with her devoted fans. Having grown up on a 50-acre wildlife preserve, Tawny currently resides among over 50 tigers, a family of chimpanzees, African elephants, monkeys, apes, and more. Her life is immersed in the captivating world of these incredible creatures. Born into a family deeply connected to wildlife, Tawny carries on the legacy of her father and siblings.
In the vast lands of Namibia, something incredible happened between Valentine Gruner and Surga the lion. Surga was all alone after her family left her behind, but Valentine, a person who loves animals and works to protect them, came to her rescue. Valentine took care of Surga as a cub, making sure she had everything she needed to be safe and healthy. He showed her kindness and helped her heal from the sadness of being abandoned. But as Serga grew up, she formed an unexpected bond with Gruner. She began following him around and even started sleeping in his tent at night. Over time, the two formed an unbreakable bond, with Serga treating Gruner like a member of her pride. Valentine's relationship with the lions is truly remarkable. He spends hours every day with them, playing, grooming, and cuddling with them. He even sleeps with them in their enclosure at night.
Ari Borges is an extraordinary individual who shares his home with not just one or two, but 9 fully grown tigers, considering them part of his family. These majestic beasts, each weighing over 700 pounds, coexist with Ari's family, behaving like regular cats as they play, jump around, and even drink from milk bottles. They sometimes enjoy rides in the truck, adding to the unique dynamic of the household. For Ari's family, these tigers are like oversized, fluffy kittens. They have no fear of them and even allow their children to ride on their backs. Ari is confident in the safety of his daughters when they are around these animals. Together, Ari and his daughters take care of the tigers, whether they are relaxing in the TV lounge, playing around the swimming pool, or even sitting together at the dinner table. The tigers have the freedom to roam throughout Ari's household, and the children are completely comfortable with their presence. However, with the tigers' ever-increasing size, Ari has recognized the need to provide them with more space to reach their full potential. As a result, he has decided to open a wildlife sanctuary where these incredible creatures can continue to grow and thrive. This decision reflects Ari's commitment to ensure the well-being and happiness of his beloved tigers.
João Pereira de Souza, a humble, retired bricklayer, rescued the injured penguin in the state of Rio de Janeiro. The penguin was covered in oil and running out of time fast. João rescued the penguin, naming it Dindim, cleaned the oil off its feathers, and fed him a daily diet of fish to rebuild its strength. After a week, João attempted to release the penguin back into the wild, but he wouldn't leave. He stayed for 11 months, and one day he disappeared. Months later, Dindim returned to visit his rescuer, and he comes back around the same time every year. This penguin swims 5,000 miles every year for a reunion with the man who saved its life. As a fact, penguins live for about 25 years, and are known for their loyalty to their mates, staying with the same partner until they die.
I mean, who doesn't know about Mike Tyson, one of the greatest heavyweight champions known as Iron Mike? But what's fascinating is that this man also had a white Bengal tigress in his house. Mike often played with the tigress and named her Kenya. Mike spent a lot of money to feed and maintain Kenya's health. They spent a lot of time together, and Mike was young and rich at the time. However, later on, he had to give Kenya up because he could not give her the attention she needed and she was getting out of control. One incident involving Kenya occurred when she tried to eat a neighbor's dog. That's when Mike decided to let her go back to the wild where she belonged. After parting with Kenya, Mike needed someone, so he brought in a pooch named Mars. Mars surely filled the gap left by Kenya, and Mike can be seen boxing with him.
This is a unique friendship story between a man and a crocodile. Costa Rican fisherman Gilberto is also known as Cheeto and had the killer reptile as his best friend for over 2 decades. Cheeto first met with the crocodile after finding him with a gunshot wound on the bank. He named the crocodile Pocho and spent 6 months nursing it back to health by feeding it 31 kilograms of chicken and fish every week until it was strong enough to hunt again. He hid the beast in a pond under trees deep in a nearby forest until he obtained the necessary wildlife permits from Costa Rican authorities to own and raise the gravely injured crocodile legally. They spent 2 decades together, but sadly, Pocho died of natural causes in the water outside Gilberto's home. He later befriended a new crocodile, which he named Pocho II. However, Pocho II couldn't fill the void of Cheeto's old friend.
Janice Haley, also known as the Tiger Whisperer, and proudly calls herself the mom of 2 tigers. Her deep bond with Saber and Janda is filled with love and care, and she treats them like her own children. As a devoted caregiver, Janice understands and communicates with the tigers on a profound level, earning her the nickname Tiger Whisperer. She takes great pride in nurturing and protecting Saber and Janda, going beyond mere ownership. Janice collaborates with animal trainer Carrie Attis, who shares her passion for tigers. Together, they create a nurturing environment where the tigers can thrive. Janice's dedication ensures that Saber and Janda receive the utmost care, attention, and affection. Supporting Janice in her role as a tiger mom is her husband, who stands by her side. Their combined efforts provide a loving and fulfilling life for the tigers. Janice Haley serves as an inspiring example of care and compassion for these magnificent animals. Are you enjoying the captivating stories of human-animal relationships? Like and subscribe to our channel, and don't forget to press the bell icon for notifications on new videos.
Hippos are portrayed as being some of the most dangerous creatures in Africa due to recorded attacks when people invade their spaces and interrupt their routines. Jessica the hippo, however, is slowly changing the stereotype with her love and friendship with the human. A river's flood separated the newly born calf away from her mother. Fortunately, Jessica happened to end up on the property of Shirley Schubert, who realized she was only a few hours old, took her in, and created a milk formula to help her regain strength. From then, Jessica was a part of the family and even became friends with Shirley's dogs. As she wouldn't survive on her own in the wild, she stayed with Shirley and her husband Tony. At the age of 1.5, Jessica became a world-famous movie star for her role in Mr. Bones with actor Leon Schuster.
Jeff is a remarkable individual who is part of the Out of Africa Wildlife Park in Arizona. He fearlessly interacts with the park's majestic tigers, even swimming with these powerful creatures. Among the tigers in the park, there is a young cub named Zara, who found herself without companions of her age. To remedy this, Jeff introduced her to Klondike, a playful dog. Together, they formed an extraordinary friendship, spending joyful and playful moments together. Zara will continue to live her life under the care of Jeff and the dedicated team at Out of Africa Park. Beyond his hands-on involvement with the tigers, Jeff and his team actively promote awareness about the conservation of these endangered creatures. They strive to educate others on the importance of caring for these beautiful animals, ensuring that future generations can witness their magnificence and support their survival. Jeff's passion for tigers and his dedication to their well-being make him an invaluable advocate for these incredible creatures.
Meet Texas truck driver Bonnie Hart, who loves having animals in the yard. The brave grandmother has 2 bears and a tiger in her back garden, with only a taser to control them if they get violent. Pebbles and Bam Bam are living at her home since they were cubs, and white tiger Anushka, she bought her white tiger 4 years ago from a close friend, but it was an entirely different story with her bears. According to her, bears came up in her yard one day following her dog. She thought they were dogs, and as they got closer, she realized they were bears. She decided to keep them. Bonnie cuddles up to the bears each day and feeds them treats such as cookies, marshmallows, and ice cream. It costs Bonnie $1,000 to $1,500 a month to feed her animals. Even though Bonnie can interact with her animals on an intimate level for hours, she is more than aware of the threat they pose.
Here we have a viral clip of a man interacting with 6 lions, where an unexpected incident occurs. As the man is playing and petting the lions, there is a black panther, a leopard, and a tiger in the background. As the clip progresses, the man continues to interact with the lioness, unaware that a leopard is stealthily approaching him. The leopard attempts to attack, but what's truly remarkable is that the tiger intervenes, thwarting the leopard's attack and buying the man some time to react. Subsequently, the man proceeds to pet the leopard, although it remains uncertain whether the leopard was being playful or aggressive. Nevertheless, this serves as a reminder to always remain vigilant when around wild animals.
Meet Noman Hassan, a young man from Pakistan who has forged a unique bond with big cats. Noman's YouTube channel boasts over 2 million subscribers, where he shares his love for animals through heartwarming videos. His favorite animal, Julie, a fully grown Bengal tiger, is often seen cuddling and playing with Noman. During their walks, Noman takes precautions to ensure Julie's safety and prevents her from roaming the neighborhood by using chains. Noman also cares for a playful tiger cub named Rocky, whom he hand feeds and spends time with. Recently, Noman introduced another female tiger cub to join Rocky, fostering a joyful companionship. With 2 more tigers named Snow White and a male tabby in his backyard, Noman's extraordinary friendship with Julie proves that humans and animals can form deep connections. Through his videos, Noman inspires viewers to appreciate and protect wildlife, showcasing the beauty of harmonious relationships between humans and animals.
OR is the manager of Seaview Lion Park, South Africa, where she looks after and trains dozens of lions and tigers. Despite the fact that lions are dangerously wild, one petite woman has managed to make herself the queen of this South African pack. Because Lajmi has been around for the cubs' entire lives, they respect her and consider her to be a dominant member of their pride. In fact, Lajmi is so confident about the lions' behavior that others are invited to walk right into their pens if she is around. It's so amazing to see how much these giant felines respect their tiny caregiver. Despite their unbelievable strength, these cats seem completely content and peaceful in her presence. They snuggle up close and give her big lion kisses. OR wants to spread awareness about these beautiful animals by interacting with them. The wildlife park plans to release these hand-raised lions out into the wild once they get old enough. They want to prove that lions in captivity can be restored to their natural habitat once again.
In Pakistan, a young man named Aslan has extended his care and compassion to a remarkable guest, Simba, a lion cub. Aslan's rescue mission began when he saved Simba, who was only 2 weeks old at the time after being rejected by his mother in a Karachi zoo. Sadly, Simba's mother passed away shortly after his birth due to illness. Aslan has created a loving and nurturing environment for Simba within his home, ensuring that the cub has plenty of space to play and explore. Simba appears healthy and well-fed, and Aslan attests that he has never shown aggression or posed a threat to anyone. Aslan's ultimate wish is to see Simba thrive in the wild, but he recognizes that Simba's lack of hunting skills and aggression at such a young age would make survival difficult. Despite this, Aslan's dedication to Simba's well-being shines through as he provides him with attentive care and a safe haven. While lions are wild animals, best suited for their natural habitat, Aslan's temporary sanctuary for Simba highlights the depth of his care and the profound bond they share.
Michael Jameson stands out as a unique individual who has developed an extraordinary bond with two majestic creatures, Enzo and Diego, his two beloved tigers. His deep bond with Enzo and Diego showcases a connection based on trust, respect, and a shared journey of companionship. As a dedicated animal lover, Michael devotes significant time and care to these magnificent felines. Despite the inherent risks, he approaches their friendship responsibly, ensuring their safety and well-being. Michael Jameson has a YouTube channel that has over 1 million subscribers, where he frequently shares awareness videos and showcases his deep bond with his tigers. Critics may question the ethics of keeping tigers as companions, suggesting that they belong in the wild or in specialized sanctuaries. However, it is essential to acknowledge that Enzo and Diego's circumstances prevented them from being released into the wild. In Michael's care, they have found a loving home and a lifelong friendship that nurtures their well-being.
Tigers are fearsome jungle cats, but 57-year-old Janice Haley has a different perspective on the matter. To her, these dangerous animals are also cuddly kitties. While most people tend to use their garden as a place of relaxation, Janice Haley chooses to use her backyard as a place to keep her two tigers. She keeps two Bengal tigers, Janda and Saber, in the back garden of her home in Orlando, Florida. Janda is a female orange Bengal, while Saber is a white Bengal male. She treats the two tigers like ordinary pets by stroking and cuddling them, and even sometimes takes a nap with them. Janice hand feeds the tigers as well as stroking and feeding them, and says Saber, the younger tiger, can't get off to sleep without suckling on her finger. Dean Schneider is a 29-year-old Swiss native who left his career in finance to work with lions and other wild animals in South Africa. He calls himself a member of the Pride of 6 Lions and spends most of his time feeding and playing with them. He doesn't keep his lions caged, and he doesn't wear protective gear when he interacts with them. The lions live free and wild in a huge private animal reserve in South Africa. Not just he is a member of a lion pride, but he has a hyena as a wife and calls himself the daddy of 2 monkeys. Legendary Steve Irwin was his inspiration, and according to him, he discovered his deep passion for wildlife by watching him on TV.
Meet Tiger King of Indonesia, Abdullah, and his friend Mulan. They have an extraordinary friendship that surpasses expectations. Abdullah became Mulan's caretaker when she was only 3 months old, and their bond has strengthened over time. They enjoy playful activities, sleep peacefully together, and engage in friendly playfights. Abdullah's unwavering dedication to Mulan's well-being is truly remarkable. He embraces the opportunity to share his space and time with this majestic tiger, defying conventional ideas about human-animal relationships. Their friendship is a beautiful example of the power of love and understanding, transcending the typical boundaries between species. Abdullah and Mulan demonstrate that genuine connections can be formed between humans and animals, highlighting the importance of compassion and friendship in our lives. The bond between Abdullah and Mulan serves as a reminder of the universal language of friendship. It demonstrates that genuine connections can be formed with animals and through love and understanding.
Cody Antle has a Tarzan aesthetic and almost 5 million followers and counting on Instagram, where he posts photos and videos of himself with his wild animal pals, much like Tarzan. Cody is famous as Tarzan and is pretty much the closest thing to a real-life Tarzan. He shares his videos of carrying a tiger on his back and spending time with his monkey brothers. His sister, Tawny Antle, claims the title Queen of the Jungle, and she spends a lot of time with these wild animals. On her Instagram, she shares photos of herself with tigers, monkeys, elephants, and pythons, and almost all animals you can think of. Cody is seen playing with his wild friends as Tarzan, and people admire him for that.
Hailing from the beautiful countryside of France, Rémy Demontes is a caring person who loves tigers and wants to protect them. It all started when Rémy met people who couldn't take care of their tigers properly. Seeing the tigers in need, Rémy decided to help and give them a safe place to live. Originally, Rémy had no intentions of becoming involved with the tigers, but the dire circumstances these animals faced, Rémy made a heartfelt decision to step in and offer them a safe haven. Rémy's journey with tigers soon transformed into a lifelong commitment to their conservation. While Rémy's path may have started unexpectedly, his journey has evolved into a profound connection with tigers and a powerful commitment to their well-being. Through his tireless efforts, he has not only provided a safe haven for these majestic creatures, but has also become an influential force in the global fight to protect and preserve tigers for generations to come.
James is a dedicated caretaker and a lion enthusiast. Known as Lion Dad, he has spent over a decade interacting with apex predators. Every day, James faces the adrenaline rush that comes with being in close proximity to these magnificent creatures. James has learned to read their body language, an invaluable skill that allows him to gauge their moods and act accordingly. If he senses that a lion is in an unpredictable or aggressive state, he gives them the space they need. After all, a 455-pound cat has the potential to inflict serious harm, even over something seemingly trivial. He has also worked with snakes and ligers, which are hybrids of lions and tigers. His favorite animals are wolves. According to James, their reputation as vicious killers is largely a misconception perpetuated by movies and television. In truth, they are gentle creatures with an innate sweetness. For James, being a lion dad is more than just a job. It is a calling, a lifelong passion that brings fulfillment and purpose.